What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and help you guys better understand what on earth happened today, as NIO is up over 25% for the day alone. Let's go, guys. I'm going to talk about what this thing's probably going to do tomorrow, what you should be anticipating. I'm also going to talk about what the Fed just did, what's going on in Ukraine, why NIO is up so much, and what NIO put on their Twitter page that makes me even more bullish for the future. Now, before I talk about all this stuff, before I talk about what's going on with the NIO share price, I do have to mention a couple of very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to get a free NIO share. So if you want a free NIO share, check out the offer down below. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at NIO, we're up 25% in one day. You're seeing this properly, guys. 25%. We're up in the after hours too. We are killing it. Now, I do have to talk about some important things about this though, because we have to discuss how this thing may end up move. So when you look at Tesla, right? Tesla's in the green too. AMC was in the green. The IWM was green. The SPY, the Nasdaq, everything essentially rallied today. I mean, the market was just really, really green. And I did tell you guys that I saw a big move coming, and this is the move I was talking about. But the question is, where are we going from here on out? So the reason the market did so well is because the Fed announced that they're raising interest rates, or at least the federal funds rate that's going to raise interest rates, right? And they announced a 25 basis point hike, and they are projecting 6 more increases. So this is good because the market was extremely fearful. It still is on the fearful side, but it's less fearful than before. And the market likes certainty. There was so much uncertainty driving the market involving the Fed and Ukraine. And now we have more certainty. We know what the Fed is doing. We know what is going on. So as a result, the market rallied pretty hard. The reason the Fed is doing this is to address inflation. And even though rate hikes are not going to be too great for the market, at the end of the day, going forward, they are addressing inflation and they are actually going to help us to some degree. So it is looking better. But unfortunately, guys, there are some important things to discuss now because look, another thing that's going on is we did see a small spike in cases in China and for the virus, but that doesn't look like it's too serious just yet. I also want to talk about this right here. Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, he stated there are some more realistic positions being made in the whole peace talks or negotiations with Russia, which was kind of good. It did help the market run a little bit, but then we saw this news come out, and that is the fact that we're still seeing lots of attacks. The situation isn't perfect. It's not over yet, but like I said, guys, it's very unpredictable. Now, Ukraine is one of the biggest producers of wheat for Europe, so this is also a little bit concerning if they continue in this crisis, which is why the market is not in a perfect state just yet. So, looking at NIO, we have two gaps. Another gap just formed. This is going to be very important. I'm not sure if it's going to start down here or around here, but even if it were to start here, this is an indicator that NIO is going to drop down to the $15 range, maybe in the next upcoming days. So I want to prepare you guys for that. But at the same time, we have this gap right here, which is like at, what is that, the $20 range. So NIO could actually continue to run to 20 as there is a lot of hype, but in order for me to call that, it depends on how we react. So what's happening is, and I actually need to talk about this first. Uh, so basically, there was a lot of delisting fears, but the Chinese government has stated that it's working with US regulators to create more stability in the situation, and they do not want their companies to be delisted. That's a very good sign. This was actually stated by the vice premier, I can't say his name, Liao He, I think that's his name, and they are trying to improve their, diplomacy overseas, which I think is a very good sign. And this did make people very excited. Many, U.S. businesses are happy that they're cooperating, and they do not want, bad things to happen to these companies. So as a result, yeah, is this a gift or a money pit? And it really goes both ways, guys. I think a lot of people are talking about this, and NIO is gaining a lot of attention. So what I think is going to happen, and this is going to be the very important things. Here's what I'm saying. Based off the data, it's very hard for me to predict because of the fact that the market is reacting to what's happening with the Fed right now. So in my previous video, I told you I saw a bit of a drop. We were at $18. We dropped all the way down to like, what is that? $16, ran up a little bit. We dropped down to like 17 flat. Then we ran all the way up to almost 19. So the drop came, then a big jump. But where are we going from here? Well, this jump here is a reaction. We're reacting to what the Fed was doing. So it's very hard for me to make a prediction based off technical analysis because it's a reaction. We want to see what the reaction is. Now, I'm going to bring up the 2-hour candles, and looking at it, you could see that we've been descending and we're still respecting this downward trend. Let me draw this out like this. So what I'm trying to say is we're respecting this downward trend. The question is, are we going to keep dropping or are we going to run up? We have to watch for tomorrow. Which way do we go? Are we breaking out of this? Are we finally going to start running up, or are we going to get rejected and end up dropping from there? So we're going to have to wait on that. From how I see this, I actually think you could redraw this so that, hold on, let me redraw this. I think I drew that kind of bad, but I think it starts from like right here, actually, right here. And then you're going to draw this downward trend. So we're waiting to see, are we about to break out of this or are we going to keep dropping? Now, when it comes to the argument, there's a gap fill that can bring us up to 20. There's also a gap fill that will most likely bring us down to 15 in the future. So going into tomorrow, I think there's a lot of momentum. I think NIO is very excited and this thing's going to run all the way up to the 20s. That's what I think is going to happen. But in the next upcoming weeks, it is possible for, something else to happen. It could be a fake out that will cause us to dip and we could go back down to 15 before running right back up to the $16 and $17 range. So it could go either way. I do think green is more probable, but regardless of any of this, I'm still very, very bullish for the long-term future of this company. I think it's getting better and better, and we are seeing Chinese regulators. They are looking more optimistic, and they are cooperating with US regulators too, which is a very good sign. Now, to end this video, I'm going to talk about the monster that NIO has been working on, known as the ET7. It is just getting better and better and better, and we are getting into the delivery phase. It's getting better every day, and I'm super excited for this, guys. We're seeing a very luxurious, speedy electric car coming out from NIO. Not only does it incorporate battery swap technology, but they're also able to be plugged in and charged. It's very, very awesome. So I'm very excited. I'm super, super excited. Don't forget that they're on the Hong Kong exchange and they are going to be expanding their business. They're going to be releasing more cars. They are an amazing, amazing company. So short term, it could really go either way. Looking into tomorrow, I think we're probably going to run up a little bit. It's a very hard for me to make that prediction because we're reacting. Well, so we could run up to like the 20s, maybe $29. I'm sorry, $20.99 range. Then we could drop a little bit later, maybe fill the gap down here to about the $15 range. So I just want to prepare you guys for that. Where we go tomorrow is probably going to affect where we go in the future. So we just got to be prepared for that. But going into the long term, I'm still very, very bullish. Do not lose faith. Do not step away because big things are yet to come for this company. Anyways, I thank you for listening. Have a great rest of the day. NIO to the moon and peace out.